What is going on, y'all? Thank y'all so much for joining me. And my name is Chris Hennessy, and this is So I Did a Thing, where I have, stumbled right over the intro, right in the beginning. Awesome. Where I have cool conversations with cool people who are doing cool things. Hang on just a second. Randy, what did it look like? Where did you find the snake? Hey, Jenny Gold, how are you doing from Facebook? Yeah, so thank y'all so much for joining me. Randy derailed me a little bit with snakes. I kind of like snakes. I like looking at them. So that always gets my curiosity going. So I've been just like cutting up backstage, or not backstage, but before we started with my guest tonight. It's going to be a hoot, y'all. We're going to have a lot of fun. Not really any announcements or anything. I do see we've got some people joining us from Elijah's side. There's Amber watching it paired. Meg is too. Thank y'all for dropping in. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Before I stumble up anymore and keep tripping over my words, I'm going to bring out Elijah Guest. Who's my guest? Hey, man.
Hi. What are you doing
How's it
here?
going?
Hi.
let me
Yeah,
get
it's,
let me
it's a
get the
good intro.
names.
Solid.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
organic. I like it. Nice.
yeah, yeah. All kinds of stumblies.
It's fine. Snakes will throw me.
Brown, yeah, brown with colored bands. Hmm.
Does that have to do with the
Interesting.
snakes? Is that
Yeah,
am I
yeah.
going there? Is that what you
No, I
do when
think
you
it.
see the snakes? Something brown comes out? I don't know.
No, I asked him what color it was. Man,
Orange,
so look,
white.
I'm gonna start off with a question because
Oh,
I saw you say this in a post one time about
oh.
how badly you hate USB mics.
Yeah. Yeah. They're terrible. The
Are
worst
they?
thing ever. It's not the USB the connection. It's the insideness on the cheap mics that is
Yeah.
utter garbage, and there's nothing to them. Usually, there's a little bit of a boost or an amplifier or some sort of smart tech, little chippy doodad inside of them to make them go oomph, to make it magical. But when you just plug in a cheap mic, the Yetis and the Blues and stuff, they're okay, but you they're dumb. So what you do is you talk into it, and it's everything is just kind of going. Nothing's happening.
Hmm.
It's like you see a dumb dog, and there's nothing here. That's kind of what's happening, right? It's just in you go, and it's not
Right.
great because for folks like me who have to edit the stuff, you got to crank the audio, and then you hear a big whoosh because you have to blow everything out of the water, right?
Yeah.
And that can kind of get awkward because you're recording the room like we are today. Even in your fancy office, you might hear a bit. And
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
you're
know.
gonna hear it because I have a Shure. Right? It's an MV7. It's a USB mic, but this room is set up terrible. Like it's
But
very echoey.
you don't have to add that the crowd effect. It's nice. It's like you're live in a stage. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's an active reverb they
Right.
call it. People pay millions of bucks for that. You got
Right.
yeah.
They pay
Yeah.
people like you to sit there and turn the knobs to make them
Yes,
sound like that.
I like playing with the knobs. It's nice. It feels good on the fingers. Yeah.
Right.
But people play with the knobs. The gain is the thing that makes the sound louder than it makes a big whoosh, right? It
Hmm.
expands everything, and then when the noise comes in, it grabs everything from the room, and it sounds disgusting. And
Hmm.
people don't realize that. So spend an extra $100 for a mic that's designed to be a mic that's kind of smart. It's not a bad idea, especially if you're doing things long term, or just get
Hmm.
some Bluetooth headphones and call it a day, and then you don't have me annoying you with get off the lawn moments about microphones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, what kind of mic do you recommend? And then also, what kind of interface or whatever it's called would you
Yeah.
recommend to go from the mic to the computer?
I have the same mic that people, comedians, and those there's Shure mic. It's called an SM58, and that's same one that Taylor Swift uses, same as Chris
Hmm.
Rock. All those people use these because you can drop them on the ground from 10 feet and chuck it, and it lives. And because
Yeah.
I'm clumsy, I like that. And I got a mic, I got a mixer because I'm nerdy, and I used to actually hang out with friends and podcasts before all this nonsense happened with the pandemic, and now everybody's afraid to talk to each other in person. So I just play with the knobs myself. But you can put in like an iPod or something and push buttons and pipe in music, and I like doing
Yeah.
that crap I
Yeah.
do with snakes noises. But the Focusrite is the one that I would use. And one or two mics, it's fine. It plugs in through USB, but the mic plugs into the interface, and that does all the
Hmm.
magic. That makes the smartness happen and makes it sound good enough to be able to not have to do a lot of nonsense or farting around, I like to call it, at the end of the episode. It's nice, clean, and good. So you have a decent microphone, 100, $200, and then you have the interface like a Focusrite. It's a little red box. You plug in the mic and you're good. Golden.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got for you. That's all you need.
That's it, huh?
And
All right. That's it. That's all we need to know to start a podcast.
Just learn from Chris what not to do at the intro, and then you're set.
Exactly.
I love it. Work on that all day. That's my bit. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Randy, I don't know, man. All I'm seeing on LinkedIn are my comments too. So I have no clue. LinkedIn comments have been whacked for months now. The API is not talking to each other right between Restream and LinkedIn, I guess. I don't know.
You're supposed to comment on your own posts. Isn't that a trendy thing on LinkedIn?
I think it is. You're supposed to like them too.
It might be a thing.
Yeah.
Just go with it. Just like yourself. I'm an only child, so it's nothing new for me. Just look in the mirror and have at her.
Yeah.
It's fun.
LinkedIn does things. You said that when you were a guest on my live stream, Jacob, 3.5 years ago. LinkedIn does things. It does weird things. That's for sure. Serious. What the heck?
I don't know.
That's an emote.
What we're supposed to say? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know, Leanne. Right, scathing comments on yourself for sure. So tell us, man. Let's just jump. I didn't even introduce what you do. Like you do podcasting. In case everybody could not figure it out from our conversation.
You're supposed to know things about podcasting that you've never thought of. That's the magic behind it. And I started video like 20 years ago, so I'm old in the radio game before it was a thing. I did I tried the internet radio station with a couple of buddies after high school, and my mom still has the paper clipping from the local paper that interviewed us. I don't know why.
Really?
She keeps everything. It's in her scrapbook somewhere. It's kind of funny. And then I had kids and went to finance, and an analyst gets to talk all day because that's all you do on meetings. You just meetings after meetings. So I get to practice the radio thing, did podcasting on the side, had some fun, did on my own time, and just went through a bunch of them. Sometimes you burn out, sometimes you just get sick of it. And now that my kids are old, I don't feel guilty. And I'm like, hey, I'll do it professionally, start on the side gig and see what happens. Maybe I can do it live. And then what is Chris going to do? I don't know. But I'll stay on the
Yeah, I know. When Logic starts going live, man, that's it. I'm done. I just hang up the gloves. I'm going to retire.
It's a totally different game too. Going live to just be able to edit the stuff out to make it sound good. And I guess from radio, I like to have that commercial sound, that polishness, and that's kind of where I've always lived in the longevity of the sound. Yeah.
Cool, man. So your podcast now is about podcasting.
Imagine that. The most unoriginal topic for a podcast. Trying to teach people how to get started because everybody has these questions, especially LinkedIn. It's becoming more popular, but with LinkedIn, it's still kind of this weird phenomena that this podcasting is. And might as well teach people. Saves me some time because then I don't have to necessarily stretch myself too thin, and people still get something interesting, get an example, and then I can give them the basics and then teach them how to kind of get a little further in life and succeed, right? Not just start and burn out because everybody seems to do that. Just pass the 7-episode itch burnout, but you go further. That's what I try to do. Help people out and give them a chance. Yeah.
I love it. And Jacob is hopping around from LinkedIn to Twitch to Facebook.
It's the ADHD.
Just saying hi. Yeah, it's the ADHD, man.
Bless him.
I know it. I know it.
I got a voice actor for this podcast because I thought it'd be fun. This Chris Tester guy, he's always talking about video games and stuff. Yeah, I did it because he has a suit and he has a British accent. I thought that was fun. So doing a bit of adventure thing and kind of spinning off a big kid energy and D&D stuff that I like to do, and kind of just podcasting is an adventure. I don't know, like a roller coaster. It's good. You
hired a voice actor for it?
Yeah, I don't want to do it myself because that's too. That seems like it's too LinkedIn-y, like a guru that's full of themselves. I can't. Let somebody else do the talking for once. I babble on out. See all my videos that I do on just rambling to myself. I just let somebody else have a chance, Yeah. Different. It's fun.
Yeah, you play the guitar. Jacob said, "Whoop out the guitar."
I play 3 chords, so I don't know if that's a good idea live. I should maybe get the dust off. It's great decoration though. Everybody's like, "You play guitar?" Once in a blue moon with 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Looks good though, hey? Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, it does. It makes a nice centerpiece or decoration back there.
I wondered if he wanted to be in a LinkedIn band, but sometimes he doesn't see my messages. So it's like, I guess he doesn't want to, but maybe next time he can be a LinkedIn band.
Who, Jacob?
Yeah, you can sing ish. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. He could do a LinkedIn band. I play bass a little bit,
There you go. There's drummers somewhere, I'm sure. We'll be fine.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Don't want me singing. That's dangerous.
Yeah, they don't want me singing either. Not at all.
Jacob can't read. Well, you don't need to read music. You just need to sing and figure it out. It's fine.
Right. It is fine.
It's fine. What key are we in? Who cares? It's fine.
Who cares? We're just going to play. All right, man. So tell us how you work with people, because I'm curious about it too. Like, do you do just strictly producing? I've heard something maybe you're going to be doing like a course, or you're chewing on the idea of a course.
You have a problem of doing one thing, especially the 9 to 5. I just like to test things out and try it while I'm still trying to figure things out. It's only been a year and a bit since I went full blown professional, so I feel it out. I've had communications experience. I like tech. I like the creative stuff. So it's hard to focus on one thing. I don't want to say I do it all. The marketing can be somebody else's bag because that's a magic beast on its own, and SEO.
Right.
Good luck. But for being a virtual assistant, or just taking it on and holding somebody's hand, or just sitting with them on every episodes and tell them when they babble too much and just cut them off and be like, no, we need to be concise, and just kind of coach them through that.
Right.
Just kind of whatever they need, and be that sidekick behind the scenes to help them get through the day. If it's the editing, or if it's the speaking, or if it's something else, they just go, I don't know what to do next. I'm like, okay, I got a bazillion ideas. Let's go. So it just depends.
I love it. You got a raving fan right here.
Meg,
that's a lot of exclamation points, man. She must really mean it.
She has a lot of energy, and all those epic exclamation points mean that she has that much energy. I think she's in Pacific time zone, so she still has a bit going on, but we're old guys.
Yeah.
So we're close to bed. She's still.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just had scotch for dessert, so she's good to go. It's fine.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Damn it. Yeah. She said she means it, so it's true. It's good.
Yeah. So what do you do in your coaching? Like, you just top to bottom, A to Z on how to do it, and strategy, and make it right and make it good. And
sometimes there's launch strategy, so you got to figure out what to do before you start, and you don't want to crash and burn the first day, so you'll figure things out and plan and organize and get some episodes under your belt, and kind of come up with some sort of marketing so that you can be ready, and you won't cry because you only have 10 listeners, because that's not fun. You want a bazillion like Joe Rogan. It's fine.
Yeah, don't we all?
Setting your expectations, getting things sorted out, and just come up with some clean and concise, and just going. Because everybody's focused about brand on LinkedIn, but it's also audio, it's sound, that's all brand too, right? You want a consistent sound, you want something people recognize and get excited about, and then figure about, how do we tease this with like a movie trailer podcast sort of thing, where you get that excitement coming, the big bang, and that intro is that consistency every time. You want a little bit of a beginning so that you can go, oh yeah, I remember this podcast, it's going to be good, and then kind of lead them in and get them excited, because you want to hook them, right? That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just try to figure it out. Or I'm on an episode and I'm just listening to them, and I'll cut them in like a director or producer kind of thing. You just tell them what to say. Sometimes you'll figure it out, and then tell them that, best practices. And eventually, sometimes if you're lucky, they get it. They figure it out. But, sometimes it's right away. Sometimes takes a few episodes. Just depends.
Yeah. LinkedIn user, I have no idea who you are, because
it's not me.
Yeah, no, comments are not showing up over here on LinkedIn on my end. All I see is my comments. So
some people
whoever you are, hi. Thanks for dropping in.
Settings, but they're here. That's what matters.
They're here. Yeah, exactly.
If you're here,
good old LinkedIn user.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't answer to coaching, because it just depends on what people need.
Depends on the person.
That's the most political crap you've ever heard, but it's like,
right.
I got a few years under my belt, so let's wing it and figure it out. And sometimes you got to redo it. Sometimes you just tell them to shut up and try it again. Like, you just don't know. Just whatever they need.
I like it. I like that it's customizable like that.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
people come up with all these packages and terms and all this crap. And like, well, I don't know. I'm going to pigeonhole myself. And somebody says, "Do you do this?" I'm going to go to somebody else because I don't know what you're doing. You're confusing. And no, can't. So you just have a conversation and what do they need? That's probably
Yeah.
what you do, right? With the lives. You don't have the same picture for so I did a thing. You want to customize it. A little cute
Yeah.
graphic.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of do all, different brandings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when I'm helping people though, I help them not so much on the graphic side as I do just like how to run the software, how to make sure your live stream's successful where people actually show up,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff.
I do better at kind of on the fly, have a chat and just kind of build off of it and make a plan
Mm-hmm.
and go where maybe it's I'm crazy zany or can't sit still. I don't know. But people like this very formal plan and it doesn't always work. Corporate calls it agile. I don't know. I'm lean and mean, whatever. But, you just kind of go with it and roll with it.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
seems to be my best style, just feeling people out, getting a vibe and
Yeah.
then, kind of navigating through it. It seems to work.
Yeah. That's a very, I don't want to say unconventional, but
It is.
not the norm on coaching. Like
Yeah.
it's really pretty cool.
And people are telling me what they want instead of me going, "Hey, we're going to sit down. You're going to listen to me talk because, whatever reason you want to hear yourself speak and then you feel better." I don't know. It doesn't work for me. Maybe for you, it's different style.
Yeah. No, I like it. You have me kind of rethinking
Uh-oh.
how I would do it.
You're going to redo your thing.
I might.
Completely different.
Not going to redo the production part of it, but maybe on the coaching part of it.
That might need to be you need some sort of template for that because you need a workflow, right? You get in the audio
Yeah.
or video editing, you probably have a bunch of that. And you got all these templates and effects and whatever. You just push a couple buttons and it's good to go. And that needs to be some sort of organization. But when you're rolling with somebody, it's kind of fun just to kind of wing it sometimes and just feel it out. Then you can come up with a plan.
Yeah. I like it.
We might have to talk about this after we did a thing, swap some ideas. That'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-oh.
Where do we go next? So tell us what you do in the producing. Like, do you do? You already told us you can either sit there and hold their hand, or they can give you the recording or whatever. And like you did the intro for Sam's, which was really cool, man. Like when you did that intro for her, what's it called? Phoenix.
Phoenix Forged.
Phoenix Forged. Yeah, that's right.
You should know that title.
Oh, I know. I should know that.
She's going to catch the recording and go, really?
No, she's like, really, Chris?
Yeah.
Really, bro?
She's going to block you or something.
She might.
She likes her particular persona and image and herself she has deep feelings and so be it. Right. She's in everything 120%. So she wanted to capture the essence of this thing that she's doing, this, I don't know, sense of therapy, this group, this get it outness, right? You're talking about your trauma and you just need to let the fire out. And that's kind of how we did it. She wanted to be talking in a cave. She wanted to have this, kind of this phoenix be like the mental imagery. And you're kind of this, you're almost dreaming in your head. And then all of a sudden you snap out of it and everybody's outside of the cave cheering you on because you're ready to tell your story. And trying to get that in cave stuff and sound effects and all these layers. And it can go as simple as just editing your voice and some ums and ahs, or just creating this audio drama style sort of trailer or intro. So it really depends. So what do I do? What do they need? And we just kind of try it. I didn't know if I could do that. You rotate the sound around their head and figure out to make it work, and you kind of do it. It's fun. It's creative. Not everybody loves that. So that's why we're here.
For real. Yeah. I'm not like the fine tuning stuff like that, video editing and all that. Like, that is not my thing, man. Like that's not my
friend John said, I can edit. It drives me insane. I rip my hair out and I hate it to my core, and you're going to do it. It's like, okay, well, good thing I like it.
Right.
That happens. People just, or they're like, I charge myself this much an hour to do this and you're cheaper or more cost effective, or just I'll give you a flat fee and you just do it, figure it out, because it's easier for them, right? And that's kind of nice too. So it really depends if they want super crazy creative, or they just want somebody to just get it done and make it sound nice. It just depends. People are weird and unique.
They are weird. People are real weird.
I
All
don't
right,
think
David had a question. Who needs a podcast?
anybody that wants one.
Right. I don't know that it has to be narrowed down to a type of business as much as having something to say.
I consider podcasting a different form of social media.
Yeah.
And so it's literally a platform or medium to get your message out. So if you want to attract leads, or you want a different channel to target the millions of people that are listening to podcasts, and just like social media, like Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn, here we are. Just more followers to listen to your content, and then you can use that as a lead magnet if you want, or something else, or just have these really authentic conversations so people can get in, get their mind and heart to figure you out, and you just get that authentic, just like this, chit chatting around the dinner table, playing cards, sort of thing, where you just kind of
Yeah.
get to know people, and then people become to trust you, and they're like, okay, this person's willing to take their own time to talk about this stuff, and this starting to make sense for me. I start to feel this way. I like your directness, or I like how you speak from the heart, and then they get to know you as a person instead of you just having this image around this persona in social media. How it's you're more candid usually when you're just shooting the shit, if I may, and people
Yeah.
get to know you as a real person instead of this whatever, this manufactured social stuff. And people really
Yep.
like that.
Yep, they do. And that's what I was talking to a group on my lunch break, actually, about live streaming today. And they were like, so why should I do it? Tell me why we should be live streaming. And that's exactly what I told them, is they get to see you not in a polished video. They get to hear all the ahs and the ums and the stumbling over intros, and
Unless they make you edit it out.
unless they make you edit it out. Yeah, but no, they can't do that live though.
No.
But it's the same principle as what you were talking about. Just those sitting around the dinner table conversations. They just get to see you and know you and like you and hear you and
how do
hopefully trust you.
trip over your mistakes and keep moving? That's
Yeah.
what it's about. It's kind of like I don't want to call it a gateway drug, but that's kind of the best way to experience live. It's a trial. Live streaming. If you don't know if you love podcasting, try the live stream. Maybe with Chris, maybe yourself. It's not too difficult to do an audio room or an audio event or whatever the heck they're called. You just listen to each other, have a conversation. Can't see each other, so I could be pretty, I could be not. It doesn't matter. Just start talking.
Right.
Close your eyes and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't sound as good as I wanted to, but you get the idea. Yeah. Just give it a shot. If you like it, you keep going with it. And that's essentially podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're still not sure about it and you don't want to go live to do it, hop into Zoom and just have a conversation with someone and smash record and see how you.
In subscriptions now, like Substack and others, you can set a paywall behind your content, and then you can do private podcasts. It's really just a audio recorded stuff that's paid for.
Yeah.
People pay subscriptions. So if David wants to do courses or exclusive content for his cohorts or whatever it may be, then maybe that's an avenue instead of a podcast. Marketing jargon is private podcasts, and it's just a recorded doodad behind a paywall. That's really all it is. So that's an option. If you want to do little tidbits or seasons or little doodads, it's kind of like going to Udemy or Coursera or whatever, but it's a subscription model. I don't know. Might work.
Huh. I like that.
Live stream paywalls?
No.
Too much, eh? Too much.
I guess you could, they're taking away, Facebook is taking away groups. I was going to say, I guess you could, like in a Facebook group.
Maybe. Or if you have big celebrities or something that you want, like super content or behind the scenes stuff, when you trip over your intros, or when I swear at myself because I made 30 mistakes, that'd be fun to have,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Those are options. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even thought about putting anything behind a paywall, mainly because I just enjoy live and I like everybody being able to come.
Some people have that focus, right? They're going to get into it. They're going to drop their heart and soul into this, and then they figure out how to make some money off of it. So instead of selling ads, you charge people $5 and just talk at yourself. It's not so bad.
Yeah. Amber, I said that wrong. They're taking away the ability to live stream into groups. They're not taking away groups. They're taking away the ability to live stream into the groups.
What are those masterminds
I see that.
going to do? Goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? And so I was texting with someone right before we got on, and she was like, "Have you heard anything about that?" I said, "Yeah, I did. I did hear something about it, but
I'm kind of glad because those recordings that they spit out every hour into a live stream. I can't. I can't. It's too much.
Yeah.
This is better.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I can handle once
For
a
sure.
week from Chris, but every hour, I don't know, man.
Right. I guess that's a guru thing to do that. I've never gotten off into.
You're not a guru? No?
No.
We can be friends. It's fine.
I'm not.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man. So what next, dude? Like, where do you see this going? You said you want to take this to a full-time gig eventually.
I'd like that. That'd be good.
Yeah.
What that looks like, I don't know. Could it be an agency? Could it be something cool? I like the dream that I could do the commercials like Lego. Those are really cool commercials. You get all the audio and sound effects and kind of do that, or the old police shows from the 50s that were just these audio shows, or even Orwell back from the 30s, how he freaked people out and people thought aliens were coming. That kind of stuff lights me up.
Yeah.
Not freaking people out as much, but it's kind of fun, that big kid energy, the creative stuff. Just how far can you push this stuff? And that sometimes I feel I'm a little overqualified sometimes to edit the podcast, and that's where I like to shine with the extras and the creative, and that's where I kind of groove. But happy to help. Just I'd love to make it more if I had nothing but time and money. I think it'd be cool to get into that space to theater of the mind stuff. That's where I go. But what that looks like and how long, I'm not going to say I have to do it tomorrow, but because it's already been about a year and a half and I'm still kind of plugging away. So however long it takes, so be it. But I'll keep chunking away at it, see what happens.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Yeah, you don't
something new and different.
I don't know.
No, you don't have to do it tomorrow.
It's creative too, right? That lights me up. So happy to do that and keep me busy, right? It's almost like you're in there 9 to 5. You have a reward for yourself, like dangling the carrot at 5 o'clock. Okay, I got to get my work finished because I'm going to podcast. It's going to be a good time, and whatever makes it work.
Yeah, I like it. You said doesn't have to be tomorrow. I saw a meme today on Facebook that said today is not the best day of your life. Yesterday was too, and look how that turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I slept in yesterday.
Yeah.
That alarm didn't work. Sorry about that.
Oh, well. Yeah. Oh well.
Where are you taking live stream? Is this going to be a forever thing? Are you going to have like live concerts show up and indie bands and stuff? Do rock and roll concerts on LinkedIn or where are we going?
I don't know. I should figure out a way to do that. Get Jacob Schwer to come on at the very least.
You can do it the same way I can. He just needs a microphone and guitar, and you just pipe it
Mm-hmm.
in and get to go. You overcomplicate it. You don't need to do anything fancy. You just need Restream. It's fine.
Yeah, that's it. You just need Restream. That's all you need. We'll figure it out.
Sit in front of a guitar and yell at the microphone, and hopefully you can hear him. It's
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's an indie band. It's what they do.
Just throw a buy me a coffee link at the bottom, and people throw in their pennies or nickels or whatever you got now.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't know if that I would. That would be fun to do, but I really want to take the live streaming into. I mean, I do this for fun. Like this isn't making me any money at all, but it's getting my name out there. But I do eventually want to take the production and the training into something full time. Like that's the goal.
Just all of it.
Yeah.
You can be a trainer, teach people.
I've taught. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't do it very often because it's really hard to honestly. It's really hard to make a living doing that because it's like, you're with them for a little bit of time and then it's done. Then you got to find somebody else. You have to have so many of those a month to pay the bills. But I still do it. Yeah, it's more math. We've already established. Yeah, daylight savings time, standard time. Like it's all math.
UTC minus what? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't do it. But it'd be good to do something like that in the creative outlet. But I always thought of doing a podcast about indie music bands, but you have to find them, ask permission, which is fine, but that's a lot of work. And then you get them to record their favorite part of their track and you ask them questions and they're going to doubt themselves. You got to edit it out. And I don't know. I'd like to do everything, but I realize that I only have 2 hands and 24 hours in the day. Some needs sleep. Yeah. It's tough.
You do need sleep. Yeah. It is tough. That pesky little thing called sleep.
Try to fit everything. It's dangerous. Got to even things out.
Yeah, for sure. Amber, you have to turn them on for them to work.
Hmm.
You have to toggle. You turn it on, and then it works most of the time. Cool, man. Yeah, just like that. Boom.
There you go. Boom. Done. Okay, good.
Yep.
You got it. I got you something. It's not
Right.
good.
Except she has an Android.
It's the same
It's
button.
probably the
Seriously,
same button. Yeah.
it's probably the same color. It's orange to whatever. Light bulb.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sleep
Jill
is
loves-
amazing. I love sleep.
Jill got a new podcast, so hopefully she doesn't sleep through her interviews. They'll be okay, right?
Does she? Yeah. What is Jill's podcast about?
Talking about cancer survivors. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Just having a good time.
Very, very cool. Yeah, your fan club showed up tough today.
I don't know. It's the right time.
Yeah.
People don't know what time it is after spring, right? I'm going back to this, but I don't love it. And they showed up. It's cool. You
Yeah,
guys,
they're all.
it's good. Everybody comes out, hangs out. What are these two nutballs up to? That's what they want to see.
That's what they want to see. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's on who bumbles up first.
Right.
Yep. That's it. Yeah. So
Amber's going to be on the show next week.
what's she talking about?
What she does, grief and grief counseling and coaching and all the cool things she's up to.
That'll be good.
She was supposed to have been on twice already, and I had to cancel on her both times.
She's pretty popular.
Yeah, I know it. I'm kind of wondering why she's hanging out with me.
I don't know. Sometimes people like boundaries. They hang from a distance and like, I like you with a 10-foot pole. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What's up, Nathan Hill?
It's better.
All the things. Yeah. All the
Nathan, better
things.
late than never. That's good.
Yeah.
So can we do this thing where you create a live stream and then I make it into a podcast? Is that right for people to do, or should they stay away
Yes.
from it? Are you
No,
gonna
no.
give me the vampire hacks and like, nah, get away?
No, it's actually one of the things I pitch to people is if you want to take the audio and or video and upload it to a podcast platform, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's
like
one of the
two birds. It's not being lazy, it's being efficient. You just rip
Efficient.
out the audio and put it somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. I've only had one client that ever did it, but she did. She downloaded it and she didn't edit it. She uploaded that sucker raw as raw can be. Right straight to wherever she put it. But
The VIP treatment. It's nice.
yeah.
If you're a decent communicator though, and you don't fumble and bumble all the time, you'd be okay. You should be able to. If you have decent sound, that's why I say get into some decent equipment. Spend a couple $100 on it, and then you have a decent sound. You work on the communication, the less ums and ahs, and hey, you should be able to just fire it off to wherever you want, to the land of Spotify and Apple's off the live stream. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Next week, Daniel, that's my brother. She will be on next Monday at 7.
22nd.
22nd. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, Nathan, we have been teasing it forever. Life happened very roughly 2 times. Once was the flu and once when my brother passed. So it was, I had good reasons, but it's still, I hate doing that to my guests, man. I was like, oh, I hate it. She was very, very gracious. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Lucky number
cool,
12.
Man. Lucky number 12. That's it. For sure. Well, we are about at time. Is any last little parting words of wisdom that you want to leave with the masses?
I am all for people who start a podcast, but do it right. Do it so it sounds okay, and you put a little effort into it, and you put some effort into it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be outstanding. Just put a little effort into it, because there's a bazillion people out there who have podcasts. There's 3 or 4 million or whatever it is, and 200,000 last every week. But that's still a lot of noise. So if you're going to compete, you're going to start a podcast, at least sound half decent, put some effort into it, and then you won't be disappointed. But otherwise, have fun. It's an adventure, and just give yourself the grace. If you suck at first, you're going to get better. There's no way you're going to go down. You're only going to go up.
Right.
It took me a while, but I figured it out, and here we are,
Yeah.
doing all right.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I love it, man. I love it.
Mm.
Elijah, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hang on. David had a question. I don't want to leave a
PS.
question out. Yeah, P.S. Yeah, just kidding. We're not leaving yet. Biggest mistakes.
For you?
I don't know. For David.
Oh.
Or maybe what were the biggest mistakes you made?
I can go through David's biggest mistakes, but it won't be a big list. But for me, I think it's not doing the sooner. Just that's one, and giving up on podcasts when I got tired or burnt out, or I did too much with it. There was I called it nerdy by nature. It was about 5 years ago or so. That's still the Twitter posts are there, but the podcast is dead, and it was hitting like 3,000 listens a month, and we trashed it because we had life, but didn't leave it long enough to just maybe put a break, put it on hiatus, and come back to it. But I think that would have been really cool. Gave up too early. I think that would have been the biggest one. And that's a repeated theme for me. Whether it's ADHD or not, it's just impatience. And just this creative stuff's a long game. So give it time. That's one huge one that I could have done way better and maybe made $3 a day off the podcast. Who knows?
Right. You could have had 2 coffees a week, man.
That's too much, my wife said. Too much. Talk enough as it is. Yeah.
And I think that's the case with anybody that's creating content in any form on any platform is the patience to grow it.
Because everybody wants to be like Rogan or Theo Vaughn or whatever. And they had a huge history that nobody knows about, so to speak, right? The masses don't know about the niche stuff that they do. And they've had a ton of success in other podcasting or whatever it is, right? Or YouTube sensations.
Right.
Selling burgers, whatever it may be. It takes time. Some YouTubers takes 10 years to get where they are. Do you have that kind of time? If you do, have fun, but don't expect that's going to happen overnight. I guess that's a big one for me.
For sure. I agree.
You're in season 4, right? So now people are finally showing up. It's nice. I like that.
Finally, tonight was a little dead because I messed around and forgot to send out the invites.
Oh.
Or I sent out a few. I did it right at the last minute, and I only sent out like 20 or 30, and I usually send out about 150.
LinkedIn's a funny game. I always get like 11 people, 7 people showing up and like, don't you love me? No, the algorithm doesn't care about you. It's fine. That's what I tell myself. My content's fine. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, no, the content is fine. It's that damn algorithm.
Yeah. I'll replay it every day this week so that people get a feel for it. Can't miss it. There's no excuse now, right? Mondays aren't the best for everybody. Still, it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. Next one's going to be big.
We will be all right.
There's going to be a local celebrity coming to talk, and that'll blow through the roof. I'm sure of it. Right, Chris?
Nice. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think.
Called Amber a local celebrity. Is she? Did I set the bar too high? I don't know. I guess we'll have to tune in.
Local to who? She's closer to you than she is me, I think.
Oh, really?
Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know where you are in Canada, to be honest.
I'm 2 hours north of Detroit.
Oh, yeah, she's probably closer because she's in Ohio.
You're pretty much in Mexico, aren't you?
Texas is a pretty big state.
I didn't know if you're in southern Texas. You in the north?
No, I'm in East Texas, eastern Texas. It's about 10 or 12 hours to the border.
Oh, that's pretty far. Okay.
Yeah. And also, like from where I am, I can drive 10 or 12 hours south, 12 hours west, and 12 hours north and still be in Texas.
That's beautiful. No wonder they want fast rail there. That's pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Big. No way, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's big.
So the next
Lisa Marie's going live so soon. Here in just a minute. Y'all go hop over there and catch her out. She's always one of my biggest supporters. Like
season 5 is going to be Chris driving around Texas. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, live. I'm just going to do it from my phone.
No problem. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a mini setup sitting in the seat next to me.
Put that behind a paywall. I'll throw some money at that. That'd be nice.
Yeah, right. Exactly. 3 hours south of Detroit. So y'all are only like 5 hours apart.
Yeah, there you go. So
I can't even get halfway across the state in 5 hours.
There's no excuse for us to meet up. That's nice. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Border
Cool,
Patrol.
man.
Always crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been really good. I hope you learned something, Chris.
I did, man.
babble at you for half an hour, but I don't know.
No, I loved it. I love it whenever the babbling happens. It's fun to me. I did learn that I did learn that I need to get another mic
Oh,
and an interface.
when are you taking donations? Maybe
Immediately. Yeah.
we can all,
I should have thrown my Cash App and a QR code up there.
next week.
Lost opportunity. Yep. Don't let me forget to do that, Amber. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. Elijah, thank you again for hanging out with me, making me laugh. And we will see y'all next week, same time with Amber Williams.